Alright, today we're doing the clutch safety switch repair on my Aprilia RS660. Now when I was changing the bars out, I was monkeying around. I didn't take the bars off the old triple clamp. I twisted the clutch lever and it broke the clutch safety switch. Actually, it broke the plastic piece. So I ordered a couple of replacement repair kits. They came in, and I'll show you how to repair that switch. I asked around about disabling the clutch safety switch. Some people said yes, some people said no. You can cut the harness and splice two wires. You could go that route, or you could do what I did as a backup. Jet Prime, plug and play. This is from Warhorse HSBK Racing. It's a clutch bypass switch, less than 20 bucks. Plug and play. I've had people tell me you shouldn't do that, you can't do that. I don't know if you can or you can't. I know people bypass it and it works for them. Gabbro Racing, he's got his bypassed. Now, when you talk about bypassing that clutch switch, the one thing you have to be very careful of is the bike being in gear on your race stands. You're getting ready for a race, you're going to warm the bike up. If it's in gear, you start the bike and you have your tire warmers on, not a good day. Zzz, and you're going to be replacing tire warmers. Who knows, it might even knock the bike off the stands. You never know. But probably not a good thing. So this safety switch keeps you from starting the bike in gear, and also limits the RPMs with the clutch pulled in. So if you're at 10.5, pull the clutch in, the RPMs will drop to 9. Or in my case, you're trying to do a dyno run with a broken switch and don't realize it. Being new to Aprilia, and so is my tuner, hits right at 9 grand and just like it hits the rev limiter, because that switch was broken when I was changing bars out. Anyway, let's get into it. I'm going to show you the parts that come with the repair kit. I'm going to show you the install on the bike, and that'll be it. Okay, so this is the broken piece of the switch right here. And this piece broke off from the connecting clips that hold it onto the switch. Now, you will need to reuse the indexing washer here. You will need to reuse that washer with the flat tab on it to lock the nut in place. So let's see what we get with the kit. I'll spread these parts out for you, and you'll better see what broke. So this is the piece that breaks. As you can see, this broke right off the center, and it's a very fragile piece that can break very easily. And when I was twisting it around, when I was putting the new handlebars on, that's what broke. So, and some of the parts got lost. This brass plunger piece that goes in the center is what got lost. So you've got a spring, the little chrome plunger piece, the spring goes in, the brass plunger goes into this, like so, and then this slides right up through there. You remove the two broken pieces off of the switch, and you snap this in place. Then you reuse the indexing washer, and you only need the one nut. The indexing washer will go back on because you'll reuse it. And one of the nuts. I don't know why they give you two nuts. Maybe it's universal and it's used in other places where you need two nuts to adjust for the switch. But for the clutch switch, this is pretty much what you need. All right, let's go out and get it installed. Okay, so we went over the parts that came with the repair kit. And this is the actual switch, but we have to get the rest of the broken parts off. A small jeweler's screwdriver should be able to do this. I hope, and it doesn't matter if I break the parts as I take them off, I just don't want to stab myself here. And it looks like it's not going to be real easy to get off. Oh, and I did stab myself, go figure. So, we're going to try and get the broken parts off. There's one. And there's two, I hope. All right, there goes two. So now what we're going to do is we are going to fit the new plunger piece on. And you want to do it in such a way as the plunger doesn't fall out. And that just snaps in. So this little bit of plastic right here, basically when I was twisting this around and changing out the handlebars and stuff, I broke it. So I can hear the switch clicking, and we should be in good shape with that. Okay, now that we've repaired the switch and we've got the plunger installed, you can hear it clicking no problem. We're going to reinstall it onto the clutch perch and the little housing that keeps it in place. You're going to slide the switch in, push it all the way in as far as it'll go till it's tight, and you will see that the plunger sticks out there quite a ways. Then I'm going to reuse the indexing washer. Now the kit came with two nuts. You could put one nut on and then use a second nut as a lock nut. However, mine had a indexing washer on there with a flat spot in the plastic. So I'm just going to reuse this indexing washer, which you bend the tab down over the nut and it locks it in place. All right, we'll get the nut on there. And I'll run the nut down all the way as tight as I can with my fingers, and then I will get a 10mm wrench and tighten it up. And you just want to get it snug. You don't want it so tight. You don't want to break the plastic piece again. So we're just going to make sure the indexing washer stays in the correct position, where there's a flat piece in the plastic and there's a flat slot on the washer. And once you get it tight, the washer will stay in place. And it's kind of a pain in the butt to tighten this up with a 10mm wrench. There's no really good way to get in there. I guess I could have used a 10mm deep socket. Probably would have worked better, but I just don't want to over tighten it, and I want to keep that indexing washer in the correct position. And sorry about the phone, and sorry about the audio dub. The microphone on my camera died while I was out there doing this, so that's why I'm doing an audio dub on it. So we're just going to snug it up tight enough. Of course, and it never fails when you're doing a video, your phone's going to go off. I forgot to put it on silent. Snug it up just enough to where you feel some resistance on it. It doesn't have to be gorilla tight. And like I said, it's pretty tough to get in there with a 10mm wrench. And let you guys see what I'm doing. And I'm now starting to feel a little bit of resistance. We're just going to go that little bit more, and that's enough. Then I'll just use the wrench to push the flat washer down over the flat on the nut so it can't back off. And that's, like I said, that's the way this was when I got it, so I'm putting it back the same way rather than use the second lock nut. And even with the lever all the way in, you still see just a touch of the plunger sticking out. So nothing binding, nothing damaged. We'll stick the clutch cable back in. And I've always done my clutch cables this way. I don't know, it's just me. But there's usually more than enough slack in a clutch cable to where you can pull it out enough, put it in the lever, and then snap it into place. And of course, because I said how easy it is, it gives me a little bit of a headache getting in there. And there we go. Adjust up the clutch cable. Then we're going to set it for the ergonomics. Now remember, when you're setting up ergonomics on your levers, you want your arm straight with your wrist straight with your arm. So it goes straight down to the lever, because you don't want to have to be picking your fingers up to go reach for the lever. You want to just be able to flick your fingers out and grab the lever if you need be. And that's just about in the right position for me, with the ball almost out to the end of the bar. And then just tighten it up a little bit with a 8mm wrench. And there you have it. So the repair on the clutch switch has been completed. So we now have a functioning clutch safety switch, and we should be able to rev over 9,000 RPMs on the dyno, and hopefully I'll get it up there on the dyno again soon. So that was it for the clutch safety switch repair. Pretty simple. Only stabbed myself once and didn't bleed very much, but you got to be careful. And there you have it. Hey, if you like the content, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell for notifications. Give us a thumbs up if you're out there riding on twos, shiny side up, rubber side down. As always, have yourself a great day.